YouTube? I'm back with another video. I know I just uploaded a video about this motor that I have 6 to 8 gallons on. I re-shimmed the head and retuned it, fresh glow plug, just freshened it back up, didn't change any of the internal parts, just put 2 new bearings on it and that was it, and it's running super crispy. Yeah, it's like 3 years old. It sat in my pit bag for like 2 years. And I bought it in 2013, and I bought like 2 or 3 of them. Here's the other ones. 1, 2. R5R. And this is the Alpha Worlds Edition. Had some issues, troubles with it, but I gotta take a closer look at it. But anyway, the video that I did was all about tuning. Essentially, is what my point was. So what I've done here was just gathered up some stuff that I consider tuning parts, and I'm just gonna do a close-up of each one and give you my little take on all of them. This is the most important thing that I've done religiously with my cars, is change the oil filters. I don't clean them, I don't wash them. They get dirty, I throw them away. Engine bearings, those ones are for the reds. These came out of the reds. And like I said, a whole stack of bearings. Glow plugs, I got 3, 4, and 5, all different heat ranges for weather and nitro content and fuel and power band, etc. These are important. This will help you with track conditions. This will limit the power or give you more. It'll make the car more drivable on slick tracks. It'll make the car drivable, more powerful for high grip tracks. Flywheel, that's aluminum. That one's steel. That will also, help out a really violent bottom end car. A lot of the 3-ports that I've had got a really, really strong bottom end, and I don't really like that. That's why I run 5-ports. The head shims. The head shims are going to help you with drastic weather changes, engine temperature, ignition timing. A lot of times when you do a head shim change, you're going to see some drastic changes. Case in point, this motor that I did this afternoon, it had a 0.87 shim stack in it. I brought it down to a 0.5, completely different engine. You wouldn't even, if you didn't know any better, you wouldn't believe me if I told you it was the same engine, and I didn't touch anything but that. Pipes are another big one. Pipes are my favorite tuning tool. Now, when I say pipes, I need to clarify that more. I use clutch springs and clutch shoe material. These are the Dynomax Max Life. I've never used these before, but I bought them. They look pretty legit. I think they're aluminum. Oh yeah, they are aluminum. They almost look like they're carbon, but they're not. I think they're just coated with something. But these are. And then you got the lightened aluminum and the composite. I use a combination of clutch shoe material, springs, and pipes, and that's why I have so many pipes. They all, like this pipe here, beautiful mid-range. I mean, it's probably got the best mid-range. It's a 9901 clone, they claim. They claim it has a little bit more bark to it. This one is pretty much a bottom end mid-range, and it works pretty good. I like it for truggies. Works really good on truggies. This works really good on like 3-ports with a really strong bottom end and kind of a flat top. I like using them on, like I said, the 3-ports. It kind of softens them. I guess it's like a OS 2050 clone. That's the OS speed they made a long time ago. I don't know if they still make them or not. I had one years ago and I didn't like it, and I don't like this one either, but it does have its advantages with buggies that are really flat on the top but have a really abrupt bottom end. That'll help with that. This one I like to use just for bashing. I don't think it's really good anywhere. It's a durable pipe. You know, if I were to have like a monster truck or something that I would just take to the park, it doesn't really, you know, it's like a generalized thing where, you know, it kind of works with all weather conditions, all gear sets, all glow plugs, all nitro content. So that's a good one to have, just to kind of mess with and eliminate problems on some things when you're trying to chase things down. And then this is my newest pipe. This is the what is this? The 2143 from Reds. Now this pipe I like. It's very smooth. There's no abrupt spots in it. It's probably the most linear pipe I've ever ran, and that's why I like it. I would say it's probably good for high port engines, you know, like 7s ports, because it has a good bottom end punch to it. And it's soft though. It's weird. It makes my car feel like an electric buggy. That's the only way I can put it. And I like it. Like I said, guys, when you talk about tuning and take an engine that doesn't run very well, in your opinion, and you got to start somewhere, okay? You can't just leave it for what it is and just hope that one day you're going to fire it up and it's going to run good. And strangely enough, sometimes they do, because, you know, all the stars align. You know, the weather's great, and, you know, maybe your clutch springs wore out a little bit and they're snapping easier, you know, stuff like that. So but when you notice that, you know, if you got too hard of a clutch spring and you notice that after like a gallon or two it's starting to act right, well, maybe you can start off with a softer spring. And you know, a lot of this stuff doesn't last forever, especially clutch shoes and springs. Those are probably the most frequently maintenance thing on my car, besides the air filter. But yeah, this is just a look at what it takes to get something that runs okay to run like the guy that engineered it wanted it to. And like I said, a lot of these engines are very simple. They just bring in air and fuel into the cylinder, and they're designed very well. And when everything is right, when everything comes into play the way it's supposed to, and it's got a nice balance of everything, everything just works perfect, and they run great. So the first place that I would start at, if you're having a stalling engine, no power, you can't do anything with the carburetor, everything with the carburetor will not help you, you need to look at the shims in the head. You can add some or take some away. I said this before in my last video, but the window that I tune in is 0.4 millimeters and 0.6 millimeters. A lot of times I pick somewhere in between there. I usually start at 0.6 and go down, or if it didn't change anything and it got worse, go the other way. Once I've gotten it to where it runs pretty good, you know, then I change venturis and springs for the clutch and pipe to suit the track and my driving style. But like I said, I've got all this stuff on hand, and this is what it takes to get your car to where it's a joy to drive. You know, I've been there when I was younger and didn't know a lot of the things that I know now. Man, everything was so frustrating, man. You know what I mean? Like, damn, you know, why am I having all these issues? And man, I don't know what I'm doing. And partially I didn't. But it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that all of this stuff is available to us for a reason. And it's to make that's why these new cars nowadays have fuel injection. You know, you can go up in the mountains and they run just as good as at sea level. Unfortunately, we don't have fuel injections, and we're running on alcohol. So all of this stuff is important to get your car to run reliable. Like I say, my shit runs like a Toyota Camry. You know what I mean? It rips, and it's dialed, and I don't have issues. I mean, occasionally, like this engine right here, when I bought it, I said a whole bunch of terrible shit about it, because I mean, I don't know, I don't think it's that great. But there's got to be something going on. There's no telling that the guy at the factory knew what he was doing on that particular day. Maybe he got in a rush and put an extra shim in it. Anything. But you got to verify this stuff for yourself. So that's it, guys. Just a little video on tuning options and what it takes to make your stuff run good. Right there, 6 to 8 gallons. This thing runs like the day I bought it. Alright, guys. Enjoy the video. Later.